net ranking or whatever it is now later. Can you even worry about that now, or you just have to get the amount of games and get the rhythm back?
You have to get games. If they're going to sit there and seed people on net ranking and RPI, they all need to have themselves checked out. I mean, if they're going to sit there, it's got to be for this year. You've got to do stuff more on the eye test. You can't penalize people for not being able to play games because games were canceled because of COVID. I can give you a list, but I won't, of people that I've tried to schedule who won't play. So there's nothing I can do about it. So I'm just grateful that Cameron at Northern Kentucky, Chancellor at Bellarmine, I got Kevin who's come up here twice. I mean, amen. I appreciate them. Again, there's a boatload of people that just won't play, and I understand it. I mean, but at the same time, we all need games. And if you're going to sit here and think you're going to wait till the end to get the game or to get the game that you want against the person you want to play, it's probably not going to happen. So if they want to sit there and try to seed people in the NCAA tournament based on their net ranking or their RPI, I don't know what to do. Because we had before this season took the course it did with the pandemic, we had a very, very good non-conference schedule. We had a Michigan in the ACC Big Ten Challenge. We had Kentucky on the schedule. We had UConn on the schedule. I mean, Cincinnati, Middle Tennessee State. We had a great schedule. Well, then when the pandemic hits, it's all shifted, and you're trying to figure it out. We had 4 of our 5 non-conference games, Jody, that were canceled, and then I had to scramble and find teams to play. So now I'm sure I'll get reprimanded for saying that, but golly, it won't be the first time, and it probably won't be the last. But you can't be sitting there worried about what your damn RPI is when you're just trying to figure out a way to play games, God forbid.
Hey, Jeff, Cameron with the Courier-Journal. You've seen some special games from Dana, but just thoughts on her today. I mean, she looked like if you had played her 40 minutes, she could have had 50, 60 points. Just thoughts on her performance.
You know what? I was really impressed with her. I thought she really let the game come to her in the first half and took good shots. Really didn't force anything at all. Her teammates, I thought, did a really nice job of finding her with the extra pass. She moved well without the basketball. That's something that we've been talking about for the past year and a half, is move without the ball. Get it out of your hands, get away from the ball, let it come back to you, and then you're going to have more opportunities and easier opportunities to score. And I think that's what you saw tonight. And she stepped up and made shots.
Hey, Jeff, it's Doug.
How you doing, Doug?
Good, man.
It's Doug from New York. What's going on?
So since you opened the door, how would you seed / put people in the NCAA tournament? Since obviously, I mean, you look around the country, I can't think there's more than a handful of decent non-conference games that have been played. How would you do this? I mean, Gino said before in his call that, like, basically it's kind of you take who you kind of know has been there in the past anyway, so why not just do that again this year? But, like, how would you put in the 64 teams, let alone figure out who's going to be seeded where? Well,
you're going to have to do a lot by the eye test. I mean, if you want my opinion, you're going to have to do a lot by the eye test. And I think at times there is an opportunity. Like, I'm looking at UT Martin right here that I know we won convincingly today, but I don't think there's 20 players in the country better than Perry. You know, I really don't think there are. She is elite. She's special. You know, that's a ball club that if they would get to their conference championship game and get beat, I'd look to put in a team like UT Martin. You know, but a lot has to be done by the eye test, especially when you've got the Ivy League. You aren't going to have an automatic qualifier. So there's one spot that's open right there. And I'm not necessarily sure that you just put a Power 5 team in there. Why don't you reward a mid-major, per se, a non-Power 5 who won their regular season but may have lost in the conference championship? I understand why they take the conference championship winner for the excitement, but I'll tell you, it's a lot harder to win your regular season than it is to go out there and figure out and play 3 games really well and get hot and win a conference tournament. Now, I'm not saying it's easy to do that either, but if you've got a mid-major that may have been upset in the conference championship game but won their regular season, throw them in there. I just don't think you can go by, Doug, and look at an RPI and a net, and that's what you're going to stick by, especially with you look at teams, there are some teams that may have only had 2 or 3 non-conference games to begin with. I think we should let you do it, Doug.
Jeff, Tim Sullivan here. Beyond the seeding question, how do you think this season has set you up for the tournament just competitively? You're 8-0. You're averaging 30.4 point margin. You've only played 1 conference game. Do you feel you've been tested, sharpened, that sort of thing?
Oh no, we are nowhere close to that. But that's okay. We're not. It's just we were snake bitten back in December with not being able to play games because of the virus, and then we've been snake bitten a little bit by who we're supposed to play has come down with it. But I've got faith now in our league office that they're going to do everything they can to get the healthy teams playing, and we've got a good group. I don't think we'll be put on pause again. You know, we have enough that can go for the rest of the season. So for us, I'm hoping we're able to get into a rhythm. But Tim, we're nowhere close right now to where we were a month ago in the terms of timing, rhythm, execution, because we did go from December the 10th until December 27th without a practice. Like there was no organized practice. We couldn't do anything. So you can't take that many days off and then expect to be sharp within 2 weeks. It's not going to happen.
Tell us real quick whether the game you're going to announce is a conference game or not.
Yes, it is going to be a conference game. It sure is.
Okay. A question about Dana. She was 1 point short of her career high when you stuck her back in. Were you conscious of that? Is that the reason that you put her back in at that point?
Yes, it sure was. I knew that she needed, I think 28 was her career high, or 27. So I knew she needed one more bucket. So I told her that's why I'm putting you back out there. And as soon as she got it, I called a timeout and got her out of the game. So I felt that she deserved that opportunity to get that career high with the way she had played.
Yes.
Hey, Jeff, this is Gary Graves from AP. I guess looking at your 3-point shooting the last couple of games, obviously you needed a confidence boost. And how much of an emphasis was there on that today? And who were you kind of looking at besides Dana to help that?
Well, I mean, we've got a group of them that shoot the ball well. Haley started off the year, and at practice, she'd been shooting very consistent at the 3-point line. She's just in a little bit of a slump right now. But what I'm excited for is she figured out a way to go 4 for 4 inside the 3-point line. You don't just want to become one-dimensional in your shooting. So I thought, she took good threes. They're going to go in. Then I thought Kiana Smith, again, she got her feet set, took some really good shots. She knocked them down. Norika is probably our most improved 3-point shooter, so it did not surprise me when she made that one in front of our bench. Alana Smith has been shooting the ball well in practice, and that's what we need. We don't need, I'm not expecting 6 for 7 every single night for anybody on our team. But if we can be a 40% 3-point shooting team, then it's going to open everything up for Liz Dixon and Olivia Cochran.
Hey, Jeff, Cameron again. You guys forced 18 turnovers. I feel like just with the length and athleticism you guys have outside, you guys can do something like that consistently. Just your thoughts on the way you guys perform defensively and kind of getting after UT Martin.
Yeah, we're going to have to pick the ball up. It's not that we need to press the entire game. It's nothing like that we need to be full court press, but we need to make it as difficult as we can in the half court. And I thought we did that tonight. I thought our ball pressure was really good in the half court. We got up in the passing lanes at times, took the opportunities, came up from some big steals. And I thought our post defense was pretty good tonight. Instead of just standing behind somebody, we worked to get around, and we came up with a few big steals from that also.
And then one other thing, I know you mentioned kind of not being where you were a month ago, but for everything you guys went through and just being able to get 3 games in, you feel like you're as tested as maybe you can be going back into conference play?
Yeah, I mean, as much as we can. There's no question about it. So for us right now, it's just we're going to get tested on Thursday. It's a very good team. I'm very impressed with, and we're going to find out a lot. I'd love to go undefeated in league play. I'd love to go undefeated on the whole year, but I'm not naive enough to think that we won't lose a game along the way. Especially with what's taken place here in the past month. But that's okay because we need to play games. We need to play competitive games. And that's why I was very appreciative of Martin because they played us really well a month ago. It was a really good game here. So I was pleased with the improvement that I saw from us.
Anything else for Coach?
Nick, has it come out yet? It's 5:00.
No, but you can go ahead and say it. I mean, it's coming out in 1 minute.
Coming out in 1 minute. So we will be at Virginia Tech on Thursday night. And if anybody gets fined, if they try to fine me, make sure you all heard Nick say it was okay. I only do what Nick says.
Yeah, that's always the case, right?
I'm just a puppet for Nick, people. Nick scripts everything, and I try to follow it the best I can.
I'm a heck of a puppeteer.
He even puts in the script when I'm supposed to stutter. It's amazing.
Thanks, Coach. We'll get that release out to you guys here in the next minute or so.
I appreciate it, everybody. Thank you so much, and stay safe.